FAFO parenting is a viral parenting approach where parents allow children to experience natural, safe consequences for their actions. Now, when I read that, I thought, well, that just sounds like authoritative parenting, because that's what authoritative parents do. We let them experience natural or safe consequences. So, for example, if Jacob didn't want to wear his coat on the way to school, I would say, okay, you don't have to wear your coat, but you will be cold. Are you sure you don't want to put your coat on? I mean, if he still doesn't want to put his coat on, that's fine. Trust me, 2 minutes after he's been outside, he would want his coat on. But that would be sort of a consequence to not wearing his coat. So I sort of thought, well, what's the difference between FAFO parenting and gentle parenting? And essentially, it's to kind of give these safe consequences for their actions, but it stands for fuck around and find out. And it generally comes from a place of, it's a little bit more reactive to gentle parenting, and it's a little bit more harsh and sarcastic as well. So the term fuck around and find out, so, you can kind of see where that's going. If you fuck around and find out, you'll find out what the consequence is. Whereas authoritative is more balanced in terms of how they do the consequences. Yeah, so authoritative is a little bit more balanced, it's a bit more structured. We try to be a bit more understanding of the child's needs and why they're asking for certain things. So, like, for example, with the chocolate issue, that was why I would give 2 options for the chocolate, because generally it's they're trying to communicate something, especially younger children, and they do need those boundaries in place. FAFO parenting, it sounds so strange to say, FAFO parenting, is more consequence heavy. So you let your child push the boundaries, and then they learn that lesson the hard way. So you would sort of thinking about, you didn't listen, so now you're going to deal with the fallout. And there is a sort of a fine line between the FAFO and the authoritative, but it is, like I say, authoritative is more understanding and more structured and more balanced in terms of, we will give a boundary, give some guidance, try to connect with the child. Whereas FAFO is very much just sort of, all right, you don't want to wear a coat, right? Well, you're going to freeze.